Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 63 of The Complete Game. I'm your host, Curt Schilling. He is your co-host, Tarik Skubal. What's up, G?
What's going on, everybody? Doing good. Good Sunday. Week 2 in the books for NFL football. I had a pretty good gambling day, and right before we sat down, I was watching it was about to be the start of the Yankees-Red Sox game, and I had Carlos Narvaez, I hope I'm saying that right, in my bet slip, plus 950 to hit a home run. Because I feel like this guy just kills the Yankees every time. He at least gets blood drawn, at least one home run, and I decided against it. It's football. I've been gambling all day, and I get the notification that he capped off a 6-run first inning that with a home run solo shot. So good day otherwise. A good day with the little man, growing strong. He's with mom right now while we record. So
Go with your first instinct. So yeah, around the horn today, Cal Raleigh joins Mickey Mantle as the most prolific single-season home run hitting switch hitter ever, which in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how big of a deal that is, but to put your name alongside Mickey Mantle, wow,
yeah,
pretty
it's a cool thing.
impressive. And we were talking about the other night, the Mets, who were just in a free fall, got some magic today. Pete Alonso went oppo for a walk-off. And when did he
Nolan
go
McLean.
blonde? Huh?
I saw that. I saw that too when he ripped his helmet off at the end of the game. And I was saying Nolan McLean too. The kid, their
Yep.
stopper, was the starter
Yep.
today. 6 scoreless.
Yep.
Just a good win for them. A couple of guys in the bullpen, Stanek, that got out of a jam at 1.2. Those are big things for guys late in the year in a situation like the Mets are in, right?
Yeah, well, especially coming off that bullpen blowing loss the other night.
I mean, I think there were 4 in that 8-game losing streak, right? So, and they beat the Rangers, which has big AL West implications. You mentioned Cal Raleigh and the Mariners on a 9-game win streak now to take a 1.5 lead over Houston in the West, who dominated the Angels today. So the Rangers stay 2 games back in that wild card hunt, and just right behind the Astros in the AL West. So it's real tight in both Western divisions.
Well, and then we're going to talk about it, but we've got a series coming up this week, big one for those two clubs. And then over in the seems like over in the National League, the Giants have lost 2 in a row now. Streaking, going crazy, climbing up now. That's why I said it's so hard to make those games up. I think they play the Diamondbacks this week in a series starting tomorrow or early this week.
Yeah, it's Giants and Diamondbacks start a 3-game series tomorrow alongside the Rangers and Astros. So
Yeah,
the 2 big series with playoff implications.
One of them's, I think either of those series, you're going to have a sweep for one of them to make a move. Otherwise, you win 2 out of 3, you pick up a game on the team. You win 3 out of 3, you pick up 3 games. It's such a huge turn. And then what is it? 12 games left? 10, between 10 and 15 games at most left for everybody. So
in total, Padres and Mets also play starting the 16th. So not tomorrow, but Tuesday they started a 3-game series. So lots of playoff implications series going on. The Phillies and Brewers also clinch playoffs. I feel like that's important to mention. Brewers became the first team yesterday. Phillies clinched today. So we're going to start to get a real picture of how that playoff bracket's going to look like pretty soon.
Yeah, both teams clinch postseason berths. The Phillies are going to clinch the division in the next day or two, but the Brewers will probably clinch the division shortly too. So we're gonna see a Phillies team without Zach Wheeler. We're gonna see a Brewers team with a healthy, lightly worked Brandon Woodruff. There's something going on in Milwaukee though. There's a feel good vibe going there. Kind of a nice piece. Pat Murphy, the head coach, read a letter from Bob Uecker that he wrote to them Murph after they clinched last year, that I guess was a pretty emotional moment. Those are always the kind of the fun, feel good things going on. And then,
and they're just a never say die team. I don't know if you saw the highlight yesterday. They came back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie it 7-7, and then they went down to 8-7 with the ghost runner in the top half of the 10th, and then still won the game after that. So they literally take every guy, every at bat, and they grind out everyone. So it's going to be a fun team to watch in the playoffs.
Colorado lost 2 in a row to fall 43.5 out. So
we're still giving Rockies updates on this show, by the way. Probably the only sports podcast in the world doing that.
I venture to guess they're going to surpass minus 400 run differential over the next couple of days in what can only be just a Stephen King nightmare of a season. But yeah, so I would tell you, and it's a short episode, but I mentioned it the other day, and it's going to be something that all of you Tiger fans need to pay attention to. Apparently, all good news on Tarik Skubal, which, I would tell you again, MRIs and all that stuff for soft tissue are just not that good of a diagnostic tool. However, he's going to throw tomorrow his bullpen, and that will be if it's uninhibited, no problems, then you're fine. But I'm going to be very curious to see and pay attention to what the news is out of that bullpen because Detroit is poised to be there at the end, and I don't think they are poised to be there without him. Be curious to see how that plays out. But apparently everything came back clean. There's clearly no tears or anything like that based on the imaging, but you're going to want to see him throw tomorrow. And I'm more curious. I hate it when the reporters just don't ask questions that they should be asking. But, the first question is, did you have any soreness when you woke up? Because that would be the big one for me, is if it was something significant, then you wake up with it. Because I've done it. And you wake up and you're just frozen solid. But I didn't see anybody ask him anything other than about the imaging. So it came back clean. So pay attention to that one.
That's good news for Tigers fans. As you mentioned last
very
episode,
good news.
That is not a team you want to send into the playoffs without their ace. I mentioned to you before the show, too. I don't know if you want to talk at all about it. Kyle Raleigh and Kyle Schwarber are going to become the first two players in MLB history to hit 50 home runs and bat under 260.
Don't care as much for Schwarber because he's almost a 40% on base guy. That's never been his gig, which is fine. I don't care about the average. I care about getting on base, and he does that. Kyle Raleigh, listen, you got 54 home runs from your catcher. I really don't care about the other stuff. He's a good defensive catcher. He handles his pitching staff, and he's hit 54 freaking home runs.
I was going to say, do the 20 to 30 points of on-base percentage get made up by the fact that he's also catching and not on the bench in between every at bat?
Well, I don't know. I just know that there are certain times when it matters, and I say that because Kyle Schwarber matters because Kyle hits at the top of the Philly lineup, and that he was that unconventional lumberjack in the leadoff spot. Everybody's like, it's just so weird to see that, but it was because of his on base skills. And go back to guys like Adam Dunn, and Ricky Henderson at the end of his career, he would hit 150 or 180 and have almost a 400 on base percentage. But I think Cal's position offsets but again, I don't care what his on base percentage. He's your catcher and he's got 54 homers. I'm good. Schwarber's a DH. Excuse me. So he's only got one shot to impact the game, and that's with his at bats, and he clearly does that. So good for him. But it's interesting.
Several other guys that aren't going to hit 50 home runs that have a lesser OBP too. So just picking on them for that statistic's sake.
Meanwhile, Aaron Judge is hitting 330 with another homer tonight off Crochet. My God. 4 years in a row, he's going to end up with, I think, 40 home runs and a plus 1,000 plus OPS.
It's funny, like the way my microphone is, like when I look over at the screen, I can only see like average OBP, slugging, OPS, and there's one guy that you can tell just by those four statistics because his jump up so significally compared to everyone else. You don't have to
see the names on the side because you can see 326, 447, 678.
Yeah. They're all
and he took Crochet deep too, who won his 16th. He went 16-5 today.
Yeah. Big win for the Red Sox.
306, punched out 12, so he's going to he's going to be the guy going into the season. Oh yeah, he's at 191 innings, 240 punch outs, 43 walks. Yeah, 16-5. Good for him. He's having a year, boy.
Yeah, that's exactly who they needed to.
Yeah,
they were going to have a snowball's chance in hell at sneaking into a wild card spot.
Yep, he's clutched it up. And Bregman coming back. And I got to tell you, Trevor Story's been a revelation.
Yep.
Going from...
He was a guy that I was, I'm glad to see him get out of Colorado because where a lot of those careers went to die or fizzled out, it seemed like he might have been one of those guys who he was going to fizzle out there. But he's had an absolute renaissance in Boston.
Yep, 27 doubles, 24 homers, 91 ribbies.
And
For
is
him.
clearly, like, if you look at any of the interviews off the field, like he's a big presence for those younger
Yeah.
guys in the outfield and in the infield.
Him and Bregman both are big,
Yeah,
big
Bregman as well.
pieces.
And Bregman also having that experience being on the Astros, probably one of the more. I don't know this, just saying this off the top of my head, but I would guess Bregman has the most playoff experience on the Red Sox roster right now.
Yeah. That's probably because I mean he was in the playoffs every year in Houston.
Well, he and against the Red Sox, he probably has the most playoff experience.
Right.
You got anything else?
No, I'm good. Other than being frustrated, Aaron Jones is going to get probably maybe total of 5 points tonight. I'm bitter, but yeah.
We want to play a game. We got Put Us Together tonight. So
okay,
this is two people, two celebrities, two athletes, two famous people of history or of note. Tonight we have a former NHLer and a current NFL player. Okay. Week 2 football. I'm going to try and include the football aspect, and we got hockey coming up in less than a month. So, first clue.
Yeah, but let's just not sleep on the fact that the first practice preseason games are like less than a week from today.
Yeah.
Like I just thought Kachuk was walking around with the cup like 35 minutes ago.
He has been for 2 years. Yeah. All right. So this is the first clue. This is for the hockey player.
Right.
I played over 1,000 NHL games for the Jets, Thrashers, Blackhawks, Islanders, Canes, and Coyotes from 2005 to 2022. And then this is the current NFLer. I am in my sophomore season in the NFL after coming off an electric rookie campaign, catching over 80 passes for over 1,000 yards. Do you need to hear him again? Any of those?
No, let me think here.
Okay. Yeah, you got time. You can take your time with these hints if you need them to.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Because there's only 3.
Okay. All right. So, gonna be.
Do you have any idea on either of them?
Well, I have the receivers. Right. I kind of have it narrowed down. I'm trying to think through the receivers and how they line up with an NHL name. All right. Go ahead. Next one.
All right. This is the hockey player. I am a 2-time Cup winner, once with the Hurricanes and once with the Blackhawks, but spent most of my career with the Winnipeg Jets organization, the football player. I won 2 national championships as a freshman and sophomore as a Georgia Bulldog in 2021 and 22.
Oh, I should blatantly get this now.
See, but you're like me, you're not a big college guy, so I know that doesn't do a ton for you. But there's a bunch of people from the Mason-Dixon line and below that are smashing their keyboard or their dashboard in their car right now.
Give me the hockey one again.
I am a 2-time Cup winner, once with the Hurricanes and once with the Blackhawks, but spent most of my career with the Jets.
Oh, the receiver's killing me.
I like seeing the cogs run to a halt in your head right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have 20% of it right now. Like you have what's the movie with the famous movie with the lineup of guys. You have a lineup of people that are
usual
second
suspects.
year. Yeah, usual suspects. That's what I was trying to think of just second year sophomore wide receivers. And this is one of those things too where the only reason I know where he went to college is because it was Georgia.
All right, last clue.
I was the last captain of the Atlanta Thrashers and the first captain of the latest iteration of the Winnipeg Jets. I play in the AFC West for the coach that won the national title with Michigan the year I was drafted.
All right. Now the problem is, I know the receiver, but I can't put the hockey one on.
Who's the receiver?
Vlad McConkey.
Oh, you should know this then. Tyler would be disappointed in you right now.
Yeah, Lad. Why am I blanking on a hockey player's name, Lad?
Who was a 2-time Cup winner, a captain.
I'm totally blanking on.
Played over 1,000 NHL games.
Right.
Played for 18 years. He was on Recky's Canes team that won in 06, and he was on the Blackhawks that won in 2010.
I can't come up with his first name.
You give up?
No. I'm blanking. Go ahead.
Andrew Ladd McConkey.
God. Yeah. I couldn't think of Andrew's first name.
Yep. That's a tough. That was a good one though, right?
That was a very good one.
A little bit of football, a little bit of hockey.
Yeah. That was very
Like to
good.
mix it up every once in a while, and I'm running out of teammates, like I said, that aren't Cal Ripken or David Ortiz, so I gotta come up with some new games
I
eventually.
could not, dang it. All right.
Now he's gonna start popping up in your algorithm too. You're gonna get Andrew Ladd highlight reels tomorrow on TikTok. You're gonna be like, how did I not know this fucking guy's name?
Unbelievable. Add to the fact that TJ Hawkinson hasn't even sniffed a catch tonight, so I'm just it's a bad night.
Well, I mean, full disclosure, you're not a great fantasy football player, so it's all
I'm
right.
a phenomenal fantasy football player, but I'm having a rough week.
What? How many? So wait, if you're phenomenal, you've definitely won our 9-year long running league, right?
No, I've been in the Super Bowl a couple times,
Oh,
but
okay. Did they
lost.
give you a banner for that?
No.
For being in the Super Bowl?
You just got to play to get there, and
I didn't know. I forgot you started. I forgot ever since the Phillies gave you that honorable NLCS ring that you've been collecting almost championship banners. So
that I've never worn. Yeah, no,
I'm gonna make you give that thing to me.
Oh, right. I just didn't need the Vikings Falcons game to be a field goal fest, and it is.
Well,
so.
That's my under, so I'm gonna end a good Sunday on that.
All right. Hey, we'll catch up with you guys on Tuesday. G, have a good one. I'll talk to you, buddy.
All right, good show.
Love you guys.